National Judicial Council is set to invite Justice Peter Lifu of the Federal High Court in Abuja and his counterpart in the Rivers State High Court, Justice Igwe, to explain themselves in respect of contradictory and conflicting court orders issued to the Independent National Electoral Commission and security agencies regarding the just concluded local government area council elections in Rivers State. The development is following a petition written to the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kekere-Ekun, ATN Land on Monday. While Justice Igwe, in a suit brought by the All People's Party, had ordered INEC to release the voter register used for the conduct of the 2023 general election to the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission for the purpose of conducting local government elections slated for October 5, Justice Lifu, on the other hand, ordered INEC not to release same register to the RISEC until it has been updated. Similarly, while Igwe in the September 5 judgment ordered security agencies to provide security during the local government polls, Lifu had ordered the contrary. The two conflicting orders led to a near breakdown of law and order in the state before and during the elections, as some thugs, factions of the All Progressive Congress and People's Democratic Party, said to be loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory and immediate past governor of Rivers State, Mr. Nyesom Wike, held a protest against conduct of the poll held last Saturday, insisting that RISEC should follow court order. As at Monday, 3 local government secretariats have been burnt by people protesting against the conduct of the local government area polls. The arsonists are believed to have capitalized on the withdrawal of the police, which have kept the 23 local government secretariats under lock and key for about 3 months. However, following the filing of a petition, ATN learned that the Chief Justice, the CJN, who is also the chairman of the NJC, has already written to the 2 judges to give their sides of the story. The CJN has received a petition on conflicting orders of court of concurrent jurisdiction, and a letter has been written to the concerned judges, a source which pleaded anonymity told our correspondent. According to the source, the letter was in line with the spirit of fair hearing. After they have stated their own sides, then the NJC will now look into the matter and invite them where necessary, the source added. Let me start with you, Daniel. This is still a continuation of what we were discussing in the first story. What is your take on this? Kekere-Ekun said to, hopefully, the NJC led by Kekere-Ekun will, to a large extent, revive judiciary in Nigeria. But then, what is your take on this story? Do you see this? Do you see the right thing being done in this instance?
Right is relative.
All right.
The decision of the NJC might not be right to me. Oh. It might be right to him. So right here in this aspect is relative, and I do not see the NJC. No, I'm coming. I do not see the NJC. 3 things here: being swift.
Okay.
Being responsible for the actions of these judges, and being a way that they can settle this. Remember, it didn't start today. It's not just Rivers State. We have had it all over in Nigeria. So, but I felt that this would be the first case for the CJA, I mean for the Chief Justice of Nigeria. This should be the first thing on her plate to first deal with. Now, let's see how swiftly she will respond to it, because let me tell you, the laws guiding the NJC and all of these things is more like a court-like thing. It's shrouded in secrecy. It's more like a court-like thing. I'm telling you that the judge who gave judgment here in Rivers State also has a godfather in the judiciary. The one who gave judgment in Abuja also has a godfather. So the swiftness of it and the response you get, that's why I said whether right here or something, is relative. So for me, I do not expect to see anything. If you want to stop, go ahead, make pronouncement. Let laws be changed. That when a court has taken charge of a case, other judges should give way, because what the state government is saying is that.
But that
no, I'm coming.
Want to say that's been in existence.
No, I'm coming. What the state government is saying is that, there was a pronouncement of court when a case is already ongoing, and another on same matter in River State, RISEC, police, the state government, then another person is bringing a case that involves the same party to you. You would have told them that write to the Federal High Court so that you can join. It's allowed in law that I would join this case based on this. But I do not see that the NJC being swift about these issues.
All right.
The NJC has been the NJC we know. Is there anything that changes? What changes is that one retires, another person becomes. Justice Kekere could not part of the NJC board before. She's part of them before. So what is it that they have done that is right in the eyes of the public persons? Because the last thing is, what do the public feel and how do they see or perceive what has been happening? So I do not see the swiftness in responding to that. The swiftness to it is create a law that both of us who sit on this table today, for example, maybe we are the court of coordinate jurisdiction. Once it's a matter, I should give way and allow him take charge of that matter. If anybody comes to me, I should advise that they joined in the suit that my colleague at the same level at the court of coordinate jurisdiction should go and handle. So for me, the idea that they will write and all of that, the swiftness is not there. Before you know, the tension all will die down, and then we'll just be hearing later. Events will overtake it.
All right. What do you have to say to
I completely agree with my brother who have made a very valid point. Because NJC, as a body, we have not been seeing them. The public have not been seeing them to do their work as expected. Okay. This matter is a matter they are supposed to be decisive and make sure that somebody go in for it. Whether it's Justice Lifu who has committed infraction or Justice Igwe who have committed infraction, even the lawyers who also do these cases for the clients should also be paid. You should also pay for these things, because as a lawyer, if you
lawyers, that's Nigerian Bar Association.
No, whichever body that disciplines them should also call them to order, because if I know that the same party and the same subject matter is before another court, and you approach me as a lawyer, I should be able to give you my professional advice and say that this is not our practice. You have to go to this other court to join and ventilate your grievances. You don't come back to me and I go back to begin to file matters the same in another court and causing confusion in the judiciary. These are things we need to work out. But I think that the lawyers are supposed to be penalized more, because if you go to court and I know that this matter is before the court should at least inform the court. Because sometimes most of all the judges does not know things that are going on in another court. But it is because of the lawyer who you brief to tell the court. And I have seen judges in the federal. There is one Justice Warford who was a son who did Anima the Sheriff matter in PDP. They said he should pay 40-something million naira.
The Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court. I like such type of things, and this type of thing should be things that should be happening so that people will be put to check. Because if you don't, they will go haywire and begin to cause confusion and crisis.
All right, before I come to the lawyer situation, let me also look at, there has been an example in River State where a judge recused himself from a matter. And his argument was that this matter has been handled by a sister court. And that was Justice Bassam.
And that's because he's
Justice
aware.
Bassam recused himself. And River State's matter, to a large extent, is a national news story. So it's tricky.
I think Justice Wogu have also done the same thing.
It's tricky, to a large extent, for particularly a judge in River State, not in the Federal High Court in Abuja or Federal High Court in Zamfara. A judge in River State to say he is unaware of what is going on.
It's possible.
And then secondly, most times, to the extent that I know, judges will ask questions. Is this matter before another court? They do ask questions, and that's why sometimes...
You know that the judgment, the judgment in River State was brought by the APP. and released. Not that they called him because
They
they wanted to give an order that will restrain him. The judge didn't call him. He didn't call the police. He didn't call INEC. He didn't call anyone. What the judge did was that, you know, sometimes when you bring a case before a judge, you are now saying this had happened, you needed this relief, this relief, this relief. The judge will know, I know you cannot be granted this relief. That they went ahead and grant those orders. He would have said, okay, if I do not grant this order today, there's nothing making it injurious. Nothing. You don't suffer. Yeah, you don't suffer any harm. Why not give us 3 days? Invite these parties before me and let them tell me why I should not give this order. Now, within that window, you would have known, or something would have told you, or someone would have called your attention to say, that matter a matter is before the Federal High Court, and he will be aware. So that when you now come before him, you will say, oh no, unfortunately my hands are tied. APP, please, can you seek to be joined in the case?
Daniel, isn't that the same thing? If that is...
No, he might not be aware.
No, hold on. If that is the natural proceeding, I have also handled a political story where the judge actually, before he gave an interlocutory order or injunction in that instance, called for other parties to come and explain why he should not give that. So now, if that is what is obtainable, what was the urgency? You also asked that question. What was the urgency of giving that order? Particularly a judge in Rivers State, like I said, to a large extent, a judge in Rivers State that handles political matters, naturally, I mean, the story has been all over news channels. But that's on one hand. Obinekem also talked about the lawyers in this instance. Let's look at the Nigerian Bar Association very quickly. Now, in the face of the crisis that happened, the chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association came out to applaud the governor for going ahead to conduct the elections. And that's a man that you would expect will know better in face of the court judgments. Now, he is saying, Obina is saying that these lawyers, you know, that go to forum shop orders from different courts, there are situations, you recall the appeal court judgment, where the appeal court had to make a nonsense of the orders of Justice Wali, and he said he didn't have jurisdiction. You would expect that a lawyer that went through law school, one of the first questions you will ask before you go to a court is to find out does this court have jurisdiction to entertain this matter? Are these not deliberate? Is it that we have learned, in quotes, learned, what do they call themselves? Learned gentlemen that are unlearned in the act of the law?
No, first.
What is going on?
First, every lawyer's business is to maximize profit. In maximizing profit, they advance the cause of justice, the cause of the law. Okay. If I set up my chamber now, I expect to make money. I expect that you come here and I look at a case, and would I tell you that this case is too weak? Please don't go ahead. I want to make money.
Are you expected to
I'm coming.
The system?
No, I'm coming.
While maximizing profits?
No, I'm coming. You see, every lawyer submits themselves to the judge. The buck rests on the judge's table. The buck rests there. Every lawyer, even when I know, are you saying that if the state government approaches my chamber, I would say no? I would never say no because because I know the amount of money that will come in. I'm only talking, and let's see what the lawyers do.
You're thinking of a lawyer as a businessman.
No, yes, a businessman. What are you saying? The lawyer is a businessman. No, what are you think it's for free? I learned something. Sorry, I saw something in one of the states. I won't mention, but it's in South. How much was paid for election petition tribunal? Almost about 2.5 billion. Wow. And you say election will come the next time, they will not want to do what they needed to do? No, it won't happen.
Right.
Even when you know that this man will lose this case in the election tribunal, you will take the case. So first, the lawyer who owns the chamber is a businessman. We should get that clear.
All right,
in as much as I agree that they are doing their business, but you also owe your clients professional advice. I have had a case where I went to my lawyer to tell my lawyer that this is my position. My father sold a land to somebody, and they agreed that he would build a company. The man went and built mortuary. My father said, no, you won't build it. When I went to meet my lawyer said, the mortuary is registered in CAC. It's a business concern that will lose the case in court. Do you understand?
No, see.
He was able to give me the advice. I went back to my father. I told my father, I said, this is what the lawyer said, we can't go to court. Because this man will...
that is the lawyer that is reasonable, sir.
That's what we are saying.
That's the lawyer that is reasonable.
That's what I'm saying.
But the first is that lawyer is a businessman. But he decided to just tell you, look, if you move on with this thing, we can't win it.
But that is what is expected, because they say they are learned gentlemen. They have professional integrity to protect.
Okay.
Not every case you say you do.
So in this instance...